This is Mount Everest, Earth's highest peak, but also an actual border between Nepal and China. So here's how to get there from both sides, plus all the latest 2025 updates. First, the facts. At 8,848.86 meters, the summit straddles the Nepal-China border at 27 degrees 59 minutes north and 86 degrees 56 minutes east. Known locally as Sagarmatha and Shamalongma, the names mean goddess of the sky and mother goddess of the world. And the mountain itself was formed 60 million years ago when the Indian and Eurasian plates collided, and is still growing by 4 millimeters each year. Now, due to the recent 2020 joint measurement, the official height includes the height of the snowcap, whereas China recognizes a rock height of 8,844.43 meters. To reach the rooftop of the world from the Nepal side, fly into Lukla, which is 2,800 meters above sea level. The classic adventure starts here. From Lukla, it's a 12 to 14-day trek to the south base camp, 5,364 meters. Along the way, pass through picturesque Sherpa villages like Namche Bazaar and Tengbush Monastery, home to one of the largest stupas in the Khumbu region. And if you're lucky, you might spot some snow leopards and red pandas. Remember, the entire area is part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site known as Sagarmatha National Park. Heading up from the Nepal side, most commercial teams summited by mid-May 2025, notably climbing the 7 summits led 58 climbers up in a single push. That's a record for the 2025 season. Also this season, Tashi Gilesen Sherpa logged his 4th Everest summit in 15 days. That's a personal best for him, but overall, the Sagarmatha Pollution Control Committee has cleared hundreds of waste bags from the mountain this year alone. From the Tibet side, the road is literally accessible. It's about a 600-kilometer drive from Lhasa, so the journey takes around 5 to 7 days. En route, stop by Yamdrok Lake and the nearby Toshi Lumpo Monastery in Shik. But it gets even more dramatic from here. The north base camp is at 5,050 meters, and when you finally reach it, you'll see why Tibetans consider this the best viewpoint. You can see more than 70% of the mountain's bulk from here. No wonder they call it the goddess of the sky. If you're traveling from Tibet, don't miss Rongbuk Monastery, the highest monastery in the world, also at 5,050 meters. Pilgrims and climbers alike come to this remote outpost for a little peace and quiet amidst the towering giants. Heading up from the Tibetan side, there are 2 main routes to the summit. First, the slightly more technical southeast ridge, via the Khumbu Ice, the same route taken by Hillary and Norgay in 1953. But be warned, it's notorious for crevasses and avalanches. The second option is the North Col route, less technical but windier than the southeast ridge. It was via this route that the first Chinese team summited in 1960. For something more off the beaten path, consider the Kata Valley Trek, a 14 to 16-day wilderness route that ends at the remote Kongshung face. If you're looking for solitude, this is your best bet. One last thing, the name Everest. Ever since British surveyor Andrew Waugh named it after his predecessor, George Everest, in 1865, despite local terms being used for centuries, Everest himself objected, believing it should be named after indigenous people. Well, today, we recognize the mountain by its many names and honor the Sherpa people whose ancestors have called these mountains home for generations. Tenzing Norgay's 1953 summit with Hillary forever changed Himalayan mountaineering. His bravery paved the way for those who came after. On the Nepal side, Buddhists perform rituals like Kora circling sacred sites, while on the Tibetan side, Lamas chant ancient prayers for safe passage. But let's talk about the realities of climbing. In May 2025, 5 climbers lost their lives on Everest, including Subrata Ghosh from India who died near the Hillary Step, and Lanama Sherpa from Nepal who passed away at EBC. As we all know, the crowds, especially in the spring, cause traffic jams in the death zone above 8,000 meters, exacerbating risks. Sherpas have demanded better pay and insurance amid the high fatality rates. On Everest, over 200 bodies remain on the mountain, a grim reminder of the toll it takes. In terms of the crowds, Nepal issues climbing permits for $11,000, whereas Tibet requires applicants to book through a licensed agency. And because of this, the number of climbers has been capped at 350 per year. So which side should you go to? If you want to trek to Everest Base Camp, stay in tea houses along the way and experience Sherpa culture, head to Nepal. The classic EBC trek is truly unparalleled. But if you prefer road tripping, hiking in solitude and soaking up stark high desert vistas, then Tibet is calling. Finally, the future of Everest. Since the 2015 earthquakes, Nepal is resurveying the mountain. Geologists suspect it shrank a bit. Both countries are taking steps to ensure Everest's longevity. Nepal mandates a $4,000 garbage deposit from climbers. Meanwhile, Tibet limits climbing permits to ease congestion. However, the threat of climate change looms large. Glaciers like the Khumbu, where Everest Base Camp is located, are retreating. By 2030, the base camps may need to relocate. Everest is not conquered, it is borrowed. This awe-inspiring peak remains a testament to human ambition and humility. Whether you trek to Kalapata or meditate at Rongbuk, respect for the mountain and its guardians is the truest summit. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.